Today, we will be talking about Apple and its iPhone pricing policies.
Apple uses MAP retail strategy. This strategy ensures that resellers do not sell Apple products below a certain price. The retail strategy offers retailers such as Walmart a marginal wholesale discount which isn't big enough for them to offer big discounts to their customers. This means customers buying iPhones at Apple or retail stores end up paying similar prices. It is successful because it lets Apple with almost no competition regarding their products. It also allows them to keep their distribution channel, which goes directly from producer to consumer. The high tech design of iPhones and its hardware is what allows Apple to charge premium price for their products. Those aspects allows a high quality user experience. Their price skimming strategy allows them to put a very high price for their iPhones.
We can clearly see just by looking at the numbers that Apple this year is one of the up and coming biggest companies in the world, achieving extremely high revenues. Apple prices their iPhones at a very high price, targeting in some way rich country markets, such as the United States and Japan, as you can see attached below. Although Apple doesn't have the biggest market share in the business, they know how to maintain their clientele, and most importantly, how to increment revenues each year. Apple's pricing strategy is genius. Apple has been selling phones already for about 13 years, and we can clearly see how they price their phones a little more expensive every year. For example, 5 years ago, the best iPhone sold at around $750, and this year, the best iPhone is selling at around $1,500. But the interesting part about this is that 5 years ago, Apple was only selling 2 or 3 phones, meaning that you had to spend at least $750 either way. But nowadays, Apple sells and creates many more phones, with the cheapest one being $750, meaning that they in some way maintain their price, as you can see in the graph below, which will show you how Apple produces phones for almost every budget. And this is a strategy to gain more market share in countries like India and China, where Samsung is dominating, and also in Latin and South America.
Often, you will have seen new products coming into the market. These products evolve, receive their share of market acceptance, and then eventually vanish from the market. There is a continuous evolution happening. A product lives its life, develops, grows old, and naturally doesn't remain the same forever. There are 4 cycle stages based on introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Introduction is the stage where a product is introduced to the market. Usually the prices are kept as low as possible to capture the maximum market share. However, this is only in the case of mass products. In the case of high-end products like Apple iPhone, there is a different strategy. In the introduction stage of the product life cycle of Apple iPhone, the price is kept high so as to maintain the exclusivity of ownership. iPhone users wouldn't prefer everyone owning an iPhone. That's why the price is so kept so as to attract only a premium segment of the audience. During the introduction phase, advertisements, sales, and marketing costs are usually high. Coupled with low prices, this results in a period of negative profitability or a loss for the company. The first part is true for the iPhone as well. In order to hold keynote conference, create adverts, and marketing campaigns, it has to spend a lot of money. In the introduction stage of a product life cycle of Apple iPhone, the company doesn't make profit right from the first day. In the growth stage, the audience has already established an affinity with the product. In this time, product quality has to stay as high as possible to not let the audience down. As far as marketing is concerned, the company starts to spend more money on marketing in order to expand its product and reach the maximum number of people. Because of the product, sales are supposed to go up during the growth stage. In Apple's case, every launch gets in some more sales and adds to the overall volume. In the maturity stage, the rate of increase in sales might decline, but the overall sales are maintained. During this time, many competitions enter the market. The competition may be better than yours, or just tries to copy your product. Currently, the mid-generation of iPhones, such as iPhone 8, will be in the maturity stage where sales have established more or less. and in the decline stage, the audience gets better things, products that are in the introduction or growth phase. A product in the decline stage has become technological obsolete. In the decline stage, it's common to lowering prices, removing after-sales support to reduce marketing and personal cost, or discontinuing the product.
Price skimming policies. What is price skimming and how does it work? Price skimming is simply a product pricing strategy where a firm charges the highest initial price customers are willing to pay and then lowers it over time. As demand lowers and as competitors join the market, firms lower prices to attract the other, more price sensitive customer segment of the market. This is often used when a revealing product enters the market, and the goal is to make as much revenue as possible, taking advantage that demand is high and that there is little to no competition. When is this strategy effective? This strategy serves well when there's a lack of competition, the product is innovating, and the brand is respected. The quality of the product must be high, and the company must have early adopters waiting for you to launch the product. When is it not effective? This strategy is not effective when the exact opposite occurs. There is high competition for a product that is not innovating and that doesn't have early adopters. If you release an innovative product, your competition will quickly develop it, causing the price to drop. Also, if the high price is quickly dropped within a few months, or if the product doesn't deliver what was promised, your early adopters will become upset as they will feel they got ripped off. This can cause the firm to lose customer loyalty.
Companies who use price skimming policies correctly have the effect of a perception of quality. More expensive products are deemed as higher in quality, so an expensive cost at launch can develop this perception of quality. They also have quicker return on investments, which companies utilize to recover development costs quickly and early adopter buzz. Price skimming can help build hype in loyal customers, pushing them to wait long lines at the launch of new products. Overall, price skimming is a smart way to increase profits on new releases, building hype for future releases, and obtaining loyal customers. However, when done wrong, higher competition might become one of your problems. Competitors might become aware of your innovative products and find ways to undercut your product. Bad public relations is another problem you might face. Early adopters might become upset when they realize the product's price dropped only a few months after release. Lastly, this can also result in a loss of loyal customers. Customers who bought early on might have been let down and not come back for the next launch of the product. But can companies like Apple adopt price skimming policies? Companies like Apple can definitely adopt price skimming policies. Although their market is somewhat competitive, there are only 2 to 3 direct competitors. Also, Apple is already extremely well established, and they are always coming up with new innovative products. Not to mention, they have a large base of extremely loyal customers.
When we talk about Apple, people already knows of what we're talking about. The brand is among others known for its iPhone, a smartphone with a sleek and elegant design. Known worldwide, bringing no less than 3/4 of Apple revenue to itself, without forgetting its loyal clientele. But how is it and remains recognizable? The iPhone is indeed for everyone, whether professionally or individually. The iPhone has many applications, some of which are exclusively reserved for iOS. iOS is a unique priority and specifically designed for Apple. Other telephone companies cannot use it. The specificity offers customers an additional access that would not have had using another smartphone. The giantess investment made by the brand in marketing and the image is diffused to give it visibility across the globe. The HD camera of the iPhone is also a major asset that possesses the iPhone, used by individual but also by professional of photos. Multiple photos that can be stored, as well as video, music, and project, thanks to the hundred of gigabytes that the iPhone offers.
One of the main threats for Apple will be the rapid technological changes. Technology evolves continuously and it's necessary to keep up with trends. The pandemic has also affected many companies, including Apple and its revenue. The company also faces aggressive competition not only in smartphones and computers, but also in the online music market where he competes with Apple Music and Spotify. They also risk market penetration by other brands. Another threat would be rising labor costs in various countries that also affect Apple due to their production facilities in other places.
How can Apple keep competing with Samsung and other similar companies? Apple and Samsung are two electronical giants with loyal customers. These two large operators are constantly compared. They both have similar product and operating models. Nevertheless, Apple stands out and creates a huge gap with its profit generated. While selling less and having fewer market share, Apple still have managed to make 90 profits on their market. For this reason, it has the largest market gap in the world. Apple needs to keep up with competitors so as to maintain its market shares. However, these two do not have the same business strategy. On first hand, Samsung business model is focused on the vertical integration supply chain and ramping up the production volume. Samsung offers many different mobile phones for almost all segments, from low price to high price. Samsung has already shown the world the power of Android phones and has brought Android OS in camera as well. On the other hand, Apple's business model is focused on design, on the customer's experience, while also thinks elements such as manufacturing.
One aspect that makes Apple unique is that its products are not compatible with competitors. Therefore, any Apple consumer will continue to buy Apple products so that it's easy to connect to their existing ones. Another characteristic of Apple is that they never race against competitors, but follow their research and design steps once they are done, and then they develop it looking at opponents' thoughts. So they take the product from a competitor and improve it in its own way. Apple also shifted its focus to quality and a strategy focusing on increasing value to customers. So how can Apple compete with other competitors? One way they could do that is introducing value engineering to make sure that all costs give value to consumers and they not incur in non-value added costs. Here are some questions we would like you to answer.